Protests today at the federal building downtown.
2 months until Larry Millette's murder trial. He's accused of killing his wife, Maya, 5 years ago. We learn about more evidence that'll be in court.
Governor Newsom delivers his final State of the State address.
We've found ways to build the future over and over. But today, that spirit is being tested.
We're live from the state capitol, breaking down what he touched on.
Officers trained to save injured canines in the line of duty.
Paid parking started in Balboa Park this week, why staff at one museum won't have to pay.
CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts right now.
That breaking news is out of Portland, Oregon, where 2 people have been shot by federal immigration officers. The FBI says the shooting happened outside a hospital and involved Customs and Border Protection patrol agents.
The 2 people shot are in the hospital, and as of right now, their conditions are unknown. We are continuing to monitor the situation, and we'll bring you any updates once we've learned more.
Those shootings come just a day after a woman was shot and killed in Minnesota by an ICE officer, prompting nationwide protests. Demonstrations were held today from New York to Minneapolis to here in San Diego. A coalition of several labor and immigrant rights groups held a rally outside the federal building downtown San Diego.
And right now, another protest against ICE is just getting started. That's where CBS 8's Alex Cheney joins us live. Alex, we can hear the crowd behind you. How are things looking?
Hey, it just started up just a few minutes ago. You can take a look here. This is another anti-ICE protest. This is just across the street from the federal building where it was happening this morning. What they are calling for is the end of ICE terror. They want ICE out of San Diego. You can see the signs from San Diego to Minneapolis, out of our communities. There's at least, I'd say, about 100 people who are here right now. They are chanting. They got a guy on a loudspeaker right now, and things are getting very tense. Lots of emotion being shown right now. This is all because just yesterday, ICE fatally shot a woman, Renee Nicole Good, in Minneapolis, and this is an example of the brutal violence they want to go away. And this protest just started just a few minutes ago, guys.
Alex Cheney reporting from downtown. Thanks, Alex. And we're going to have more on the investigation into the ICE shooting in Minnesota, as well as any updates we get from Portland in our next half hour. We have the latest developments posted on CBS8.com. You can also follow us on social media or download our free CBS 8 app.
Meantime, tonight, new evidence that could be presented at the Larry Millette murder trial. He's accused of killing his wife, Maya, 5 years ago.
Her body has never been found. CBS 8's Abby Black is live outside the Chula Vista courthouse with what a judge ruled today. Abby.
Carlo and Shannon, I was in court today when the judge ruled that Maya Millette's family and marriage therapist records could be released to prosecutors and that therapist could testify in court during their March 9th trial. This could be crucial evidence. You see, investigators have told us that Maya and her husband, Larry Millette, had a troubled marriage and that she wanted a divorce. Today's hearing was mostly about logistics, preparing for the March trial, but one significant ruling, the judge ordered the release of Maya's therapist records to the district attorney. The defense argued those records should remain sealed, but the judge ruled the therapist-patient privilege does not exist because of the presumption of Maya's death. The court also set key dates to finalize the juror questionnaire, and he talked about the location of the trial.
I will let you know, got an email from the newly appointed presiding judge saying, let's discuss the location of your trial. So given the issues of the seating and stuff, so I will let you know if there's anything that comes out of that.
We spoke to trial attorney Gretchen Von Helms, who's not connected to the case. She says if she were defending Millette, she'd encourage him to testify about his love for Maya and his attempts to win her back.
Even if his defense attorney say, well, I'd recommend you not testify, he can follow their recommendation, but he has the absolute choice in that matter to testify or not. That's his choice alone.
Over the years, Millette has talked to CBS 8. Even yesterday, on the 5-year anniversary, he spoke from jail but would not comment on the case. When I spoke to Millette a week after Maya went missing, when he skipped her vigil, he would not discuss their troubled marriage.
Oh, I love everything about her. She's very smart, kind, basically just herself, her personality.
Millette maintains his innocence from jail. Maya's 3 children remain with her sister, Mary Chris, who continues fighting for answers.
I'm praying, I'm hoping that he's gonna tell his children what could have happened to their mom. That's all I'm asking for. The kids deserve that.
There will be a memorial hike for Maya on Saturday, January 17th at 9 a.m. at San Miguel Park. That's the same place where they started their first search 5 years ago.
Abby, the family has always said they want justice in this case, but without a body, how difficult will it be for prosecutors to prove their case at trial? What are they relying on?
Well, Shannon, they're called no body cases, and the state has won several of these cases. It is challenging, but it's not impossible. You see, legal experts have told us that prosecutors could point to the fact that there is a lack, since there is not a body, that they could actually see that this is foul play. They also point that Larry allegedly tried to stop this divorce by casting spells on her. He also had inconsistent stories, and they also say that there's no digital footprint from Maya, and the fact that she never tried to contact her 3 children.
We will be following this case closely. Abby Black reporting live. Thanks, Abby.
175 years, California has been a marvel of invention and reinvention, disaster and recovery, grit and ingenuity.
Governor Gavin Newsom delivers his final State of the State address, and it was the first time that he did it live in person since 2020.
CBS 8 State Matters political reporter Jenny Ha was there in the Assembly chamber today. She joins us now live from the state capitol rotunda with a recap. Jenny, a lot of talk about the state budget today. What's the takeaway?
Carlos, Shannon, good evening from Sacramento. Yes, a lot of talk about the budget. It was the state of the state, of course, but the state of the budget also top of mind for lawmakers here. And what I'm hearing from so many people is that the budget is often a statement of priorities. And today we got a good first look at what the governor might be prioritizing here in his final term in office. And of course, the final budget proposal will be unveiled in its entirety tomorrow. So we're looking forward to that as well.
In California, we're not silent. You're not silent. You're not hunkering down. We're not retreating. We're a beacon. The state is providing a different narrative, an operational model, a policy blueprint for others to follow.
Thursday's State of the State focused on California's wins, the challenges still ahead, and its stand against the Trump administration.
Mr. President, you can't cut off critical food assistance for millions of people. You can't send the military into American cities without justification. And you cannot cruelly and illegally cut off funding for medical research, homeland security, or disaster response.
Newsom slammed those federal funding cuts, which only add pressure as lawmakers tackle next year's budget, expected to be $18 billion in the red, a figure the governor did not mention in his speech.
We have had to deal with deficit after deficit after deficit, and that's one area he can't blame President Trump for.
California Republicans responding with what they call the real state of the state.
Gaslight Gavin would have you believe he's made historic improvements to the quality of your life since taking office 7 years ago.
Newsom did address the top of mind issue of
affordability. It's not a word we just discovered.
Noting the cost of housing is, quote, California's original sin.
Clearing away regulatory thickets, forcing local governments, often resistance, to get in the game, and modernizing our environmental review. But we obviously have more work to do.
Saying this year it's about tackling the cost of construction as well as preventing institutional investors from dominating the market. Newsom also boasting improvements in investment and results for homelessness under his governorship, pointing to the voter-approved Proposition 1, a bond to build more mental health housing, as a success story. And a rather unexpected emphasis on education, including an additional $1 billion investment in high-need schools.
I'm proud to submit a budget tomorrow that has the most significant investments in California's education history.
If he really wants to make education a priority, that's fine. Something else is going to have to be less of a priority.
Meantime, Democratic leaders say they're gearing up to respond to the final budget proposal.
We have to go back and look what is feasible is not based on the direction and the priorities for each of our houses.
We know that the out years for our state budget do not look good. High deficits.
And as of Thursday, California has filed 53 lawsuits against federal overreach. There's a press conference for that 53rd lawsuit in about 30 minutes, actually. The governor also emphasized California is leading the nation when it comes to AI regulation, efforts to support young men and boys, as well as linking climate change to economic risk. And he called out the Trump administration for not sending formal U.S. delegation to the COP30 climate conference last year. And political experts say they're really observing how all of these issues play into Newsom's shadow presidential campaign for 2028. Live at the state capitol, Jenny He, CBS 8.
And if you'd like to watch Governor Newsom's final State of the State address in full, you can stream it right now on the CBS 8 app. Download on your TV and watch for free. San Diego Unified School leaders are closing schools for one day at the end of the month.
We'll tell you why. That's still ahead. Plus, the search for answers in the unsolved murder of a young Navy sailor.
And following paid parking taking effect in Balboa Park, we're learning that people who work at one museum there won't have to pay after.
We had some gusty winds that picked up earlier today. They were mainly for the mountains as well as for the desert. That's with the quick moving storm system that moved through, bringing in some gusty winds. But now we're talking about offshore winds. So the winds are going to stick around. It's just that Santa Ana winds are back in that forecast. We'll take a look at all those details coming up.